Then we have this other category that we're calling a personality, but it's really just a behavior. They just demonstrate a different type of behavior that we call the mobile bucks. Now, within that category of what we're calling mobile bucks, we have some that we're calling bouncers, or they're restless or shiftless or whatever. But essentially, they are setting up two different home ranges over a period of time. So during, let's say, a calendar year, they're going to have two different home ranges. And the bouncer category means they're going back and forth like a pinball. They're bouncing back and forth. Spend a week or two or spend a month, then go to the other one.
Hmm.
Then the other one that we're calling a shift or a shifter. And their home range is simply, if you plotted the points, it looks like a dumbbell. And so you have a big cluster of points during one time of the year and a big cluster of points the other time of the year. And there'll just be a little corridor that
Mm-hmm.
connects both of those. And they are not bouncing back and forth. It's just they're spending about half their year in one, or half their year or a third of a year in another. And that's something that was really enlightening to us. Um, and I can't say, Adam, that occurs in your neck of the woods. I think it probably does to some extent, but
Mm-hmm.
it's just something we haven't seen reported that often. A lot of people have reported excursions, doing again the little weekend trips, but not nearly as much of such a significant proportion of the population of bucks demonstrating this mobile movement behavior.
Do you know why? Have you dug into the whys of these? Like, is it hunting pressure? Is it food sources? Is, like, what's causing this?
Well, we've tried our best to systematically go through at least every reason that we could come up with in our finite knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And we, thinking about, is there a difference in predation risk? Is there a difference in food? Would there be a difference in breeding opportunities? And we just keep, I can't say we eliminate that as a possibility, but we just don't think there's sufficient logic and explanation for any of those. And mainly it's because everywhere that we see these bucks move to, bouncing or shifting to a different location, we don't see any difference at all in like habitat diversity or quality. I think it would be unreasonable in the Southeast to think that the coyote density was higher in point A than it was in point B.
Mm-hmm.
It's unreasonable to assume that hunting pressure at the scale of 5 to 10,000 acres was that much different in point A and point B. So what we kind of have settled on, but at least at this point in time with the technology that we have, um, there's just the only thing we can conclude is that there just appears to be genetically deep within the genome of a deer, a certain proportion of them have a personality that is a colonizer or an explorer. And
Hmm.
there's a lot of human bias when I say this, but I think it's something that we can have an analogy to, is that within human beings, there are people that are very safe and stay at home.
Right.
Even a long vacation, there's some anxiety with being out of your comfort zone. It's kind of risky being on the highway, on and
Right.
on.
Yeah.
And then there's some people that you could say, hey, take a month and just go explore something, with no plan, no money. Here's a car, here's a tank of gas, go. And they would do it. That's their lifestyle. They find it fascinating, intriguing. They know deep down inside something will work out. I'll find some place to sleep. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
When we go back even to, hundreds and certainly hundreds of years, thousands of years into colonization of humans, I mean, think about the exploration of North America.
True.
Your
Yeah.
everyday person isn't going to get on a ship and go to a new land and never look back when you don't know anything about where you're going. But there's some people that go, sign me up. I want to do it,
Right.
And, we're attributing human characteristics here to deer. So that's not always going to be accurate, of course. But I just can't help but think that there's just something within the deer that, and it's kind of a risk reward. If you're a colonizer and go somewhere else and you do find better habitat, you do find more breeding opportunities, then, you're going to have more offspring and genetically you're the winner.